wait.
Sorry.
We
go
do
ahead.
have to touch on the part of fats helping you recover as well.
Not just recover, but one of the biggest things that people with fats, before you even touch on that, is vitamins. I think this is something important to understand, because especially people that takes a multivitamin and they have a low-fat diet, they don't understand that most of those vitamins are going to waste. There are two kinds of vitamins. There are fat-soluble vitamins and water-soluble vitamins. So vitamins like vitamin C, vitamin A, I believe. No, vitamin A is fat-soluble, correct?
I don't remember the.
Yeah, no, I'm not even
anymore,
going to go
like,
into it. But there are
it's,
certain vitamins, vitamin C I know is one of them, that are water-soluble. So that means that they kind of just go in your system and they flush out.
Mhm.
There are other vitamins like vitamin D. I think vitamin A is one of them. Don't quote me on that. But they're fat-soluble, which means that they get stored in your body. And in order to get stored in your body, you need to have
Enough fat.
dietary fat.
Enough dietary fat, not
Yes.
enough.
Yeah, not body
Body
fat.
fat.
Enough dietary fat, which means
Yeah.
you need to be consuming fat. If not, literally, you're not going to be able to absorb them or retain them in general. And that also means that you could technically have too much of these vitamins, so you do want to be careful with these vitamins. Also, that's why you should understand supplementation to really take something that is going to be beneficial for you, because you don't want to just be taking things on top of things on top of things and thinking that the more the merrier.
Also, fats regulate hormonal function,
Hormones,
which is
absolutely.
like, bro, cortisol is like
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely. But yeah, my point was just that the absorption of vitamins. You need
Yeah.
fats.
Yeah, I was gonna touch up on that.
Yeah.
On the
Cortisol.
fats help produce the hormones, for example, testosterone.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you're trying to bump up your testosterone, make sure you're eating enough dietary
If
fat.
you're trying to be more masculine, if you're trying to grow a beard, if you're trying to have pecs. Biceps. Correct. So that you
But,
can go to
you
your
know-
wife.
But in school, now that I think about it, in the textbooks, they didn't speak about body fat as body fat. They spoke about it as adipose tissue.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the word fat, dietary fat,
We'll confuse it, right?
yeah, dietary fat and body fat has been confused.
Yep.
And so maybe, this is just my guess, but maybe the low fat diets were marketed as, oh, if you eat low fat, you're going to have low fat.
I think that a lot of people thought that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people definitely think that,
Yeah.
maybe even still, that if I eat fat, because I know a lot of people literally get low fat things because they think that if they get low fat things, they're going to not get fat.
Right.
That's not true, guys.
Right.
I mean, it could be if you are in a
Under consuming calories.
under consuming calories, but you could have a no fat diet and still add body fat.
So now the question is, like, why are products low fat? And why would you use low fat? Well, if you are in a calorie deficit and you still want to have some cheese, then you're going to have to pick the low fat cheese, because if you pick
Has those calories, right?
if you pick the whole fat cheese, then it's going to have more calories. And so, but yeah, that was just something that I,
Yeah, there's also certain products
noticed.
that you might want to get
Right.
low fat because they're not necessarily good dietary fat.
mm-hmm.
You wouldn't want to get like a low fat avocado.
I don't
Can
know
you
about
imagine that? Can you imagine that? Low fat avocado? Those things don't exist.
Yeah,
but-
Can I have my guac low fat, please? Throw you out of Tex-Mex, bro.
I thought that would get a chuckle.
watch somebody create a low fat avocado.
Just 'cause
low
you said
fat
it.
guacamole.
If you do, don't sponsor us. Jesus.
Low fat guacamole, you're probably just gonna put like lime and like a little bit
That's
of guacamole
disgusting,
and
dude.
just like water.
It'll be like mashed potatoes. Almost.
Yeah.
Green mashed potatoes.
Nice. Well, it's almost like we touched on protein, we touched on carbs, and we touched on fat. It's almost like they're all important.
Yes.
They're all important. They
Whoa.
all help each other out.
Yeah,
They
it's almost
all
like
help each
we
other
shouldn't
out.
have an exclusionary diet of any sort.
Oh, one more thing about carbs. When you consume carbs after your training, it helps with sending the proteins to the areas where you just train.
That's what I was alluding to when I mentioned
Yeah.
the first mentioned the glycogen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Helps
Yeah.
synthesize protein, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah.